Hello, everyone. Welcome to Drupal Europe. I hope that you're going to have a wonderful week and enjoy the sessions and also the social activities, networking, the code sprints. OK, let's get started. This session belongs to the digital transformation and enterprise track that is supported by Akia. The session title is Creating an Enterprise-Level Editorial Experience for Drupal 8 using React. It looks like a super long title, but it makes sense. I'm going to start with a quick introduction about why we need ambitious or cutting-edge editorial experiences. And don't worry, in the beginning, probably it's going to be a little bit chaotic. It's the first time I do this session. I started from scratch. But you will find the good meat in the end, OK? No worries. So that's me. I'm Ruben Teijeiro. That's my Twitter handle. If you want to send complaints and any kind of opinions about the session, they're welcome, all the feedback. I come from Spain, so if you wonder why my weird accent is because of that. And I love surfing a little bit. And probably you know me because I'm behind the Drupal Heroes stickers and so on. Also, I'm behind the new initiative, Drupal.surf. Go and have a look. And it looks like the next Drupal Surf Camp is going to be in California, Santa Cruz, in October, the same week than Bay Area Drupal camp, but camp. You are more than welcome to join. And I'm working in 1x Internet. That is a German company that do really beautiful wonders with Drupal and also with JavaScript technologies like React, also React Native. And we have an office in Spain, in southern Spain. Almost 200 meters from the beach. It's so awesome. So let's get started. So the CAPL, who knows what is headless or the CAPL already? Yes. So there are going to be so many sessions about the same topic during the week. So I don't want to go deeper into the CAPL itself, but I'm going to explain the wonders of the CAPL. So one of the powerful things of the coupling is it allows to push content multi-channel. So that means that when you have any kind of content, you can just push it to different touch points. So we can recognize touch points as any interaction with the end user. It can be just an email, or it can be a screen in your shop, or it can be just a magazine, a commercial in a TV, these kind of things. But also, the coupling allows to distribute content across different devices. So you know that with the new area of Internet of Things and this kind of new gadgets, so you have devices that they don't access content in the web content in the regular way. I mean, like using a browser. So for example, an Apple Watch or even your fridge probably doesn't have any browser. So how you access to that content? So the coupling allows you to, to publish content to different devices. So one of the things is the speed and the consistency of the content is key because let's say that you are launching a campaign and you want to push all your content worldwide to, let's say, screens in a venue or screens in your shops or even to your customers to sending push notifications to their smartphones. These kind of things should be immediate. It's like, if you just receive the notification 1 hour later or something, that's not a good experience for the end user. So that's also important, that the speed and the consistency of the content. So in the end, what you create is a seamless digital experience. So that means that in every touch point and in every place of your of your campaign, you will have, you will end, your content will reach there on time and properly. So how do we create this kind of seamless experience for your visitors, and how you just put the content whenever it needs to be? First, we need a powerful CMS. And in this case, CMSs are evolving. The market is starting to be packed with headless, or the couple CMSs, like Contentful, that is a enterprise, or other open source CMSs, like OpenDirectus, that offers also an API, so you can just consume content using a REST endpoint or something like that. Also, it should be easy to integrate, as I said, using APIs, and it should scale quickly and be easy to use for the users. So that's the key point as well. So your internal stakeholders are customers as well. And one of the stakeholders that most probably is a little bit, let's say, not considered, like it should be, they're editors. So editors are a key part of your editorial or your platform. You should try to address them. You should try to gather their feedback. And when you do changes in your platforms, some people can panic. When you say that you're going to do changes in your company's website, or people can freak out immediately because sometimes you just change the complete solution with a different technology, or you just upgrade to a new version. So editors, that they start to freak out, with these changes. A lot of people is scared of changes. Okay. So what's important is you should align those, major upgrades or these changes with your company strategy, with the main stakeholders and the editors, of course. And also start small. So a quick sample is when you want to revamp any part of your, let's say, web platform. For example, you have an e-commerce platform, and the most important part of the e-commerce platform is the checkout process, for example. So let's say that in the checkout process, you have 5, 7 steps, and you notice that the visitors are not, satisfied. You can notice that because, the conversions are not finished. So people, leave the process in the middle. So one quick sample about how you can start small is instead revamping the whole website, e-commerce site. You just replace the checkout process with, let's say, an application, or a React application, or any other, third-party system or service to do the checkout. And that is where you can just do the improvements, so you don't touch the rest of the platform. Visitors are not scared because it's still the same platform. What you only altered was the checkout. This is just a quick sample. So what about editors again? So they know, that there are platforms out there to create content, that they offer a really good authoring experience. Like, I don't know, have you ever used Medium or BuzzFeed? So I guess the experience using Medium is like, what you expect, no? It's like a place where you write your content, and you don't get any overhead, about HTML, code, or the layout is broken because I just placed this image here. I wanted to float it to the right or to the left. So that's the point. Editors, they know what they like. They know what they want. So they expect exactly the same from Drupal or from the platform that they are using daily. So this is probably is an exaggerated sample. Sorry, I'm going to play the video. Probably this is an exaggerated example about how can be how long can be a form in Drupal. So this is a form created with a bazillion of paragraphs. And you can see endless scroll. I guess if an editor has to edit something in this page, probably they're going to be on on vacation for a few. So as you can see, this is not the way that editors should access the content. This is a good example of The Guardian, that they build an open source platform for images, for their image bank. And as you can see as well, it's not the same to edit text, content like is text, or edit content that is images. So I guess editors that they are writers are not the same editors like the ones that are photographers. So you have to be sure, to whom you are building the platform. So what are going to be their needs? It's not the same images and text. Also, drag and drop features is important, and have all the information in one page without a lot of page refreshes is important. And you can see all the tools for image editing are also in place. You can, and you can also, drag and drop the image without, the total hassle of the WYSIWY editor. Quick sample. Just an external JavaScript application that allows you to do this kind of fancy things. I guess this is more or less what people expect when they are like building content for the web. I haven't tested it yet, okay? But I wanted to show you a sneak peek. Another thing is not related to content creation, but this is like related to content publishing, is the content planner.
Through the months, you can jump to
as you can see, it's a calendar where you can just put the content and know when the content is going to be published and published. I'm not going to go deeper into this because Lucas, the guy on the video, is here and he's going to do an introduction, a session about this, I don't know, on Wednesday or Thursday. But as I said, this is another way of interacting with content. You can just drag and drop the content, and you also have like a Kanban. Yeah, it's like a Kanban board, so you know in which status or in which phase every piece of content is. Let me jump to the next one, and this is pretty good. This is another interesting thing that comes from the WordPress world, is the Gutenberg. Did you ever heard about Gutenberg? Yes? So it looks like Gutenberg is coming to Drupal, and this is the proof. You can even try the demo online. So you have access as well to different widgets, and then you can just place them, alter the properties of every element, in a really beautiful way. And as I said, it's available for Drupal. It's work in progress, but it's still, Another example. Sorry, so many videos, but they are like they're needed for documenting the different solutions that are there. So this is the X8. I guess it's a company in UK that they built it. And you can see how they use as well like this paragraphs approach to represent the different widgets. And then you can just do exactly the same, drag and drop, edit, to modify the properties, and it just lets the editor to focus in creating content, not in hassling with technical issues. Let me see. This is totally based in Drupal 8. And as I said, it uses a paragraphs module. There you can see it in place. These are like tags for personalization. Now that the web content personalization is starting to be a trend as well. So this, I really love this one. It's called Open Story. It's from a company in Romania, from Soptescu. And as you can see, it's a way of managing all your content much better than the natural way that we are used to manage in Drupal. So it also has like in-place editing. This is built in Angular, the front end, and Drupal 8 is the back end. Another sample.
Students are
this is Hacks.
Whether that's a content management system.
I test this demo.
And drag and drop my file and get asked, would you like this to be saved somewhere?
With Hacks, since it's in one page, you can identify the things that you want to use. So if you want to use images, or if you want to upload a video, you want to have the text or the transcriptions on the page, you can upload all those pieces easily.
Would you like this to be presented as a link
available,
or an inline PDF or whatever, instead of right now where you have, I got to go figure out where to place this file, I got to set permissions correctly, I need to know enough HTML in order to make it show up, all things that I'm going to be judged on if I'm a faculty member that I really shouldn't need to know.
They like it more just because they can be part of that process, whereas before some things were a little bit harder for them to use because they're not as comfortable with the technology. A lot of times once they were done writing content, I kind of moved on my own. We can kind of do this collaboratively, just because the technology is a lot easier to use. What used to take, say, 3 or 4 steps now takes 1, because it is all in that one kind of page format where you can select which pieces you want to use.
So we really ultimately don't want people going anywhere.
Sorry for the audio, I was editing those videos and I just chopped a few parts, so probably it was out of the context. But as you can see, these different samples, they have a common goal that is to improve the editorial experience. So it is to make the editors' lives better. So one of the things is, let's say, page refreshes. Every time that you want to create new content on this kind of stuff, you are clicking, and then you just new page loads. This is a little bit complex. Or when you are filling a form, to create your content, and the page refreshes, or your content is gone. So these kind of things, they can be avoided if you are using single-page applications built on Angular, React, or any JavaScript framework. So the page refreshes are one of the things that all of them want to solve. And also let the editors to spend time in creating content, not in creating the content, not in building the layout, not in technical matters. Also, happy editors mean better content. And as you know, content is king. So you know that sometimes you just develop one of the best websites or coolest platforms ever, but if the platform is empty, it's worth nothing. So in this case, when you make editors' life better, they fill the platform with content. Have you ever been in a project where after 1 year, when you release the project, the website is still the same and no one just didn't touch anything? Yeah, so that happens. It's not because it's not because the platform itself is bad. It's because they are not happy using it. So what they do is, let's say you have a blog for your company's website, and the editors stop using the company's blog and they switch to Medium, for example. And you say, why? It makes sense. I mean, they are not happy with creating content in your platform. And it happens to me. I mean, I remember to create content in let's say, a Word document, a part of, and then copy and paste the content because, creating the content in the website was horrible. So that's the point. And so coming back to the CAPL, so the interesting thing is, no page refreshes. So there are not actual pages in the CAPL. But it's important when you load the data, the content, that it should be loaded in a single request. That's one of the painful things when we are building complex scenarios, that when you want to load content, there is a lot of nested content or dependent content that must be loaded, so you have multiple requests, and all this hassle as well. So this is one of the technical things that we want to improve. And I guess more or less the demo samples that I showed you before in the videos, more or less they have as well the same goal. So quickly explain headless, even though that you already know it, but quickly. Headless is just an architecture or a paradigm, a concept that allows to decouple, the way that you manage your content with the way that you deliver the content and the way that you present the content. So these are the stages for your content management. This table represents how a traditional CMS differentiates from a pure headless CMS and a complete decoupled CMS. So more or less, the content management is probably more or less generic or common in the three platforms, but the delivery and the presentation is the way that it changes. So more or less, the presentation is the most important part. Delivery is always through an API, web services, but the presentation is the one that is key. So I'm going to do a demo, because as I show you, I show you videos of all the platforms that they are like, let's say, competitors of the platform that we built. And this is a platform that we built in our company for a customer. And actually, this is starting to be like a proof of concept for a future editorial interface for Drupal. So we are working on it to make it not official, but at least a country module that allows you to, to experience the same. As usual, I was testing this before, and I messed it up, and it's half broken. But if I have any problem, I can ask my colleague Michael that is there, and I can blame him. So let me try. I'm going to edit on a 16 page, so I'm going to limit the possibilities of breaking it. So this is a list of pages on the left column that I created. And here I can enable the edit mode. That's why this small thing is up here. And that means that I can start editing content. Like, for example, I want to edit this image. So I just click here, and it allows me immediately to drag and drop an image. So let me find a wonderful image to place. For example, this one. I just drag and drop, if the connectivity is good, it just update it. I just press OK, and it's there. I can also edit this small text snippet. And I can add some stuff here. And as you can see, no page refreshes, and there is no hassle as well for the layout. So let's go for a complex layout, like, for example, this t-shirt thingy. So I can just edit it. As I said, yeah, you can add content here, and every of these elements can be modified. Like, I can even drag and drop. Nope, sorry. I can move them with these thingies. I can even drag and drop like this. Or I can add a new item. Let me add a new item. So the thing is, I add a new item, like 3 more, and then I had to press save, so the placeholders are actually created in the virtual DOM. And now I can just start editing the real items and place some image here. And can do press save, and it's automatically saved. The same for the rest of the items. And as I said, you can always drag and drop. Let's say I want this one first. Place there and save. Do you want to see anything else? Are you? Yeah. Let's say add a new, because I didn't add a new item. So let me do that and break it. So I edit the page on the top. Also, you have here, you can just edit the page details. That is the title, demo at Drupal Europe. I save it. And let me add a new item here. Yep. For example, regular text and image thingy. Wait a second. Yep. So as I said, first you just had to create the placeholder element, and then you had to save it, so to actually, create the container for the content. And now I can edit the element. Okay, and I can edit this. And I can just drag and drop the image thing here. I press save. But right now, this is the demo. I don't know if I have enough time, but we can come back, okay? Later, and if you want to see anything else, also I'm going to be around in the corridors, in the sprint room, so you can just come and ask me. And as usual, if you want to see the code, we have it ready, and we will publish it, in the upcoming, let's say, weeks. So what is under the hood? I don't want to go deeper into the details, because as I say, there are a lot of sessions about the coupling with different technologies. So I didn't want to, to have a technical session. I want to show you that we need to provide better tools for our editors, for our end users, so people don't feel like Drupal sucks or WordPress is better, blah, blah. So under the hood is Drupal 8. Right now, the new JavaScript modernization initiative is doing wonders to make this even better. So I guess you know that the JavaScript initiative is planning to replace the administration interface in Drupal 8 with a React application. Do you know that? Yes? OK, there is a panel about that, I guess, on Wednesday. React as well. Why React? I don't know. Now it looks like it's modern. It has good principles, good programming practices. There is a big company behind it, that is Facebook, and that is reliable. And I don't know, these modern JavaScripters or new programmers, they love it, okay? Even though the old school backend developers don't agree, but it's still good. And we're using the JSON API module. So we're consuming the data in JSON, and we use JSON overrides to modify a little bit the endpoints so they are more beautiful for the front-end developers, even though they complain a lot. So because still, there's a lot of work to create a payload that satisfies their necessities. They are not happy, never. Front-end developers are super picky, trust me. And coming soon, we are evaluating to integrate GraphQL. That's another Facebook technology that makes a little bit simpler to do multiple queries to backend web service. In this case, with JSON API, let's say that we want to load the simple teaser widget that I show you, that it just has a title, a body, and then an image. So that looks pretty simple, no? But there is a problem. The image itself is another entity. So you have to do another request to another entity to get the image. So that means that there are like multiple requests to just gather one simple piece of content. That probably there will be like two bad things. One, your front-end developers, they're going to complain because that's for them is like, I want to receive the title, I want to receive the body and the image URL. That's the only thing I need. Why I receive like entity field, blah, 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 or those things. And on the other hand, performance. When you have a page, let's say with a bazillion of teasers, then you will have a bazillion plus per two requests, so that will your performance, your application performance will go down. Okay, so that GraphQL allows you to do this kind of multiple requests in just one single thingy, and you will get the payload in a, let's say, a standard way. Still, as I said, these guys are not happy with the format they're receiving the payload. Quickly. I did a brief group of sessions that they are mostly related to this one. And the reason I did it is because my session is one of the first of the week. So then I can just tell you which sessions may be interesting for you because you are in this room. Unless you are sleeping, probably you're interested in this session as well. So, and on the other hand, there are a lot of sessions during this week. I guess it's overwhelming to just have a look at which ones can be really good. So just, if you let me, I'm going to just give you a free suggestion of which sessions are good. One of them that I couldn't find a proper demo video for the Geyser module. It looks pretty similar to the Gutenberg one, and I guess it's interesting if you just have a look at what they are doing also with Geyser. It's really beautiful interface, for editors, pretty similar to Gutenberg. Just have a look if you are able to make it on today at 5. Of course, Gutenberg is on Wednesday at 2. Don't miss that one. I really love what they are doing and all the cool ideas that people from other communities are bringing into Drupal. So yeah, don't hesitate to go there and ask a lot of questions. Actually, the company doing Gutenberg is from Norway, and they're really cool guys. And yeah, this is the content planner I show you. I didn't want to go deeper. Lucas Fischer is going to be here, and he's going to show you what he did for the content planner. Seriously, this is something that your marketers, your content editors are going to love. You know, this is really wonderful. This is on Thursday at 4. Michael Smith is going to show you some, you know, from the business perspective, what the Capel Drupal brings to your company, to your projects, and some lessons learned from them. Actually, the company of Amacy Labs, the company where Michael is CTO, they're the ones maintaining the GraphQL module for Drupal 8. So I guess you're going to get really beautiful insights about what is the future of the module as well. Elm Amitai is a really beautiful guy. He is going to explain you what is Elm and how you can just build the Capel projects using Elm. I really like when people come with really crazy stuff because you are used to Vue or React, Angular, but I never heard about Elm until Amitai started to post, write about it, and seriously, I guess you're gonna love it. And this is about how you can just publish to multi-channels. And yeah, I mean, this is an interesting thing, how you can just create a platform that can publish to different channels in a proper way. Instead, in this case, it's a DAM, it's a digital assets management system. And our colleague Martin is giving a workshop on Wednesday about React and Drupal. So you want to get started in a low-level technical, he's going to keep it simple. So I guess even I can just do something in his workshop. So just don't hesitate. Martin is a really good guy. He loves to teach people stuff. Important thing, I forgot. As I said, that way there is a contribution sprints. That means that there's people working, working on open source projects, working on Drupal, working on, open source solutions like the one that we built, and we are going to be there as well the rest of the week. Yes, on Friday is if you never been in a contribution sprint, just stay on Friday, you can make it. And there are going to be like a few people initiating into contributing to an open source project like Drupal. You will have mentors, even though you just have a laptop with nothing installed on it, even Drupal, you will have people that will tell you and help you how to get started installing Drupal and contributing to Drupal. So please, on Friday, if you can make it, I will be glad to be your mentor. And I guess I have, I don't know, how much time do I have for 5 minutes? Good. So I have 5 minutes for questions or for more demo. It's up to you. I'm open to anything. Yes, I guess mic, or they should go walking to the mic, or how we do this? It's for the video. Okay. I go as fast as I can. Okay, and you're going to ask what happened to my feet. It was a motorbike accident, so don't ask it.
Not about feet. I was wondering, you presented the solution in React. I was wondering what data structures are you using in Drupal to store the actual data, which you create using the React app?
So where we store the data? In a Drupal database.
And what kind of data structure are you using? Various content types, or with body field, one big body field to store everything?
Yeah, we use content entities and paragraphs. That paragraphs, is an entity reference as well. So it's another entity. So you can see how the data structure is a mess. Not a mess, but it's complex.
Okay.
No more questions? I know that you are shy, so you want to ask questions, but you don't want to do it But you can just catch me later with a coffee or whatever. Go ahead.
Okay, so a lot of us are using paragraphs, a lot of paragraphs. So will there be simple ways to move from paragraphs to this type of content editing? So is there going to be a simple process, complex process, or do we have to build everything again?
Yeah, I understand. I mean, it's super popular to use paragraphs nowadays because of so many reasons. One of them is paragraphs is a content entity, and it has revisions as well. That means that every time that you edit something, you have a new revision, and you can always roll back. So that's out of the box, so you don't need to do anything. So I guess, developers are lazy, but that's also powerful. Okay, then you have an overhead on top of that. That is like complex data structure and probably a little bit, slow, but, that's nothing that you can solve with caching and these kind of things. But yes, I mean, the reason for using paragraphs is because of that. But if you want, you can just create your own web service, using all the tools that Drupal 8 comes with, RESTful API, the web services, and you can just create your own endpoints with your own payload, and you can just make it as simple as you want. Even creating a view, with title body, is just a few clicks, no lines of code, and all the modules and everything are in Drupal core. So that's a good point as well.
You mentioned to publish a contribute module with this concept.
Yeah.
What will be inside this module?
So this project was for a customer, and what we are doing is taking all the good pieces with the lessons learned during building the project, and with all the pieces that can be packed as a generic solution that can be can fulfill the 90% of the cases. What we want to build is a module that automatically just set up this kind of paragraphs for you. Like the teaser thingy or whatever, automatically, and also, set up the payload, cleaning them up. And on the other hand, we will also provide the React component that can read from that one. So it's like the both parts, like the front end and the back end. That's our plan. Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
Anyway, there are a lot of resources in the JavaScript Initiative. They have a GitHub repo where they have like different code samples in Angular, vanilla JavaScript, React to consume data from Drupal. And there are like at least 2 Drupal distributions that allow you to to get started really quick. Okay, Contenta CMS and their server. No, Contenta CMS is good. It's a Spanish friend that is also building it. It's beautiful. Yes. No more questions? I know that you want to go out and have some coffee. But still, as I said, you can just catch me later, anytime, okay? Yeah, on time.